Good damn morning, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. There's a few things I want to cover, man. But first of all, last night, man, how many more of these are we going to have to sit through? These damn Democratic candidate base, whatever the fuck you call them. Man, somebody hit the fast forward button. Get to whichever one of these fools are going to hold up to be slaughtered by Trump. And let's get it over with. They're all turds. Some are like soft serve consistency turds. Some are like rabbit pellet turds. Some are just straight watery diarrhea. They're all the same, just a different form. One's easier to swallow than the other, but it's all shit. But one thing that was funny last night is Bloomberg. Now, I know he's a gun-grabbing piece of shit, but he told Bernie, he said, look at this. The number one socialist in America is a millionaire with 3 homes. When did this happen? What did I miss? And Bernie got mad as fuck. Bernie said, I work in Washington, so there's one house there. I have another house here, and as everybody knows, from Vermont, you have a summer camp. Forgive me for that, you fucking billionaire. Bernie, shut the fuck up, man. You full of shit. You're full of shit. You're a socialist piece of shit. All of them are, really. And what's funny, if those who have been around long enough, like Bernie Sanders, you can go back and look at tapes like less than 10 years ago where they're saying totally different shit. 180. No open borders. We need to have a strong border. Illegals are wrong. All this shit. All this stuff they're saying the total opposite of now. They were saying the opposite of this back then. But it was hella funny to see Bloomberg be like, you're a socialist and you're a millionaire with 3 houses. You're no different than a fucking billionaire. That you seem to hate. Why? You're on your way. 3 houses? Now, I'm not hating. You can have fucking 30 houses if you can afford it, as long as I don't have to help you pay for it. But for you to talk out of the other side of your mouth like having a bunch of money and material shit makes you a horrible person. You're all horrible people. Now, something else I want to touch on was Aubrey Huff. If you're not a baseball fan or you're not from around here, you're not going to know who the fuck that is. But Aubrey Huff is a former member of the San Francisco Giants, and he was there when they got their titles. So they had some kind of reunion of those teams, and they didn't invite Aubrey Huff. Why didn't they invite him? Because Aubrey Huff is an out front and open Trump supporter. Oh, I know. He has the gall to support a politician that they don't like. He's not kicking puppies in the ass. He's not flipping over the Girl Scout cookie table. He just happens to like a different politician than the powers that be. So they didn't invite him. Which is funny because I can't remember the dude's name. He's one of the owners. But like last year or something, year before last, he got busted. He was out at a restaurant or something. I guess his wife got to fiddling around with his cell phone. He got pissed and grabbed her ass and like let her out of the restaurant. Snatched her up. I've never done that to my wife. I would never do that to my wife. I've never gotten so mad that I grabbed my wife. Never. But he must have something to hide. There must have been something on that phone. I don't give a shit. When I worked nights, I didn't need my alarm because my wife would wake me up on her way out the door in the morning so I can get up with the kid. Well, with Ruby at the time, my daughter. My son wasn't born yet. So I didn't need my alarm. So I'd leave my phone on the counter in the kitchen. I just leave it charging all night long. My wife would get up. She'd be in the kitchen. She could have, maybe she was on my phone. I don't know. I don't give a shit. I have nothing to hide. But this man must have had a whole bunch to hide for him to snatch his wife up, Ike Turner style, in the fucking restaurant. But you're okay with that? That's how twisted and fucked up it is in San Francisco, aka Needles and Shit, California. That's how twisted and fucked up it is. Never mind this dude that engaged in domestic violence. As much as you guys are against those disgusting cisgender white males, he checks all the boxes of the devil, right? So he can snatch his poor little wife up. Hashtag me too. Hashtag whatever the next bullshit scam is. And you guys don't bat an eye. You don't give a shit. But because someone supports a different political party, you're not going to invite him. So you can beat your wife's ass on tape. You can Ray Rice your wife if you want to. That's okay. As long as you don't support Trump. Now, what kind of stupid shit is that? It don't matter where you are politically. Supporting a candidate is nothing compared to domestic violence. Come on, man. That's disgusting. But that's San Francisco. That's needles and shit, California. So big ups to Aubrey Huff. Keep being pro whatever the fuck you want. Just make sure that if you have an inkling to handle your wife roughly, just know that you won't get in trouble. Just don't be a Trump supporter. Now, speaking of disgusting cities in California, let's keep the theme going. So I have a friend of mine I work with for years. You ever have one of these people that are so damn nice that you swore one time out of the corner of your eye you saw a halo on top of their head? This is her. Like if you look at Mother Teresa's memoirs, this will be this woman's name for inspiration. She'll be like, Viva taught me everything. Nicest woman in the world. Can also bake. You ever taste somebody's food so good and you're like, why don't you sell this? I would trade my worldly possessions for a piece of this. She makes amazing cakes, cheesecake, tres leches, I don't care what kind of cake it is. It could be a urinal cake, and she'll make that shit taste good. She can look at her cabinet and go, let's see, what do I got here? Some rusty nails and cat shit? No problem. 2 hours later, you're going to have the best damn thing you ever put in your mouth. You'll be willing to roll on the floor fighting your mother for the last piece of this. That's how good it is. So she texted me the other day, and she says, you won't believe what I saw. But we live in California, so yes, I will. She said she was downtown in Seaside. Seaside's this small town between Monterey and Marine. Well, if you ain't from here, it don't matter. Anyway, it's by the sea. That's why it's called Seaside. And she's all, I saw this homeless dude walk out in the middle of the street and take a piss. Now, this is the same city that changed one of the names of their street. I think I mentioned this in a past video, but it used to be Broadway Avenue. But when Obama got elected, they changed it to Obama Way. What the fuck? Anyway, so it's on that street. It's on Obama Way. Somebody pissed. Some homeless dude walked out in the middle of the street and pissed. Now, does this dude probably have some mental problems? Maybe. From what I see, a lot of them are just on drugs and alcohol, and they don't give a fuck because there's no consequences. I think it's a little more lack of consequences than mental instability. Now, granted, I wasn't there, but I'm just going off my almost 12 years of research working downtown around these filthy bastards. There's a little bit of, I don't give a shit, I'm not worried about anything mixed in there. I saw a dude, 11:30 in the morning. Sun is high in the sky, bright. He's leaning up against a tree by this lake, taking a piss. And I double take. What's this dude doing? And I couldn't even help him. I had my window down. I honked my horn and yelled out the window, what the fuck are you doing? And he turned and looked at me like, I hope he got piss on himself. He probably wouldn't care. Probably already had piss on himself. But it was at a lake. And where he was, the tree was like right in the middle. There's nothing around it. 360. There was nothing around the tree. So people can see this fool taking a piss at 11:30 in the morning outside. in front of everybody. Now, Jericho, how can you say that? I'm sure you've been drunk and pissed behind a building. Yes, I have. At night, behind the building, not in the middle of the street in broad daylight or next to a tree. Matter of fact, I got in trouble for that one time. I think we were in Santa Cruz, early 20s, out with my boys. And we stopped at a 7-Eleven, and for some reason I had to piss real bad. And we haven't even been to the bar drinking or anything. Had to piss, so I go around. My buddies are still in there getting shit. And I go around the side of the building, and I'm taking a piss, like by the dumpster. You know, like those little walled-in areas they have with the dumpsters with a door. So I go in there, I'm taking a piss, and I see a flashlight on me. I'm like, ah, damn. I got caught pissing. I turn around. It was a sheriff or CHP. That's who it was. It was a CHP officer who happened to pull up. He's like, what are you doing back here, man? I was like, I'm taking a piss. He's like, oh, we can't do that. I was like, yeah, I figured. My bad. Obviously, I didn't think it was okay to piss by this dumpster, but I got caught urinating in public. So I've been there. But you better believe it wasn't in the middle of the street. But of course, that's what happens. These people are allowed to do what they want. Walk around drunk, walk around on drugs, and there's something wrong with you. You're some kind of insensitive monster if you don't bow to them and get out of their way. While they just fucking Tasmanian devil down the street acting crazy as fuck. What is going on here? How did we get down this rabbit hole? Where up is down is up. Now we're in fucking Bangladesh somewhere where you can piss in the street, nobody cares. That was disgusting. And there's cops all over there. Not because it's a bad area, but it's kind of a small town. There's always a cop somewhere. But it didn't surprise me. It disappointed me, but it didn't surprise me. People, the moral of this story is when you come to California to visit, no sandals, no flip-flops, no open-toed shoes, because there's a very real possibility that you will step in some shit or some piss left there for you by your friendly neighborhood homeless person that they can't seem to do anything about. Now, they can spend millions upon millions of dollars to protect some smelt. I saw a story this morning about Trump diverting water from the Bay Area to the farms in the Central Valley. You know, where we get our food. Every time you bust open a bag of trail mix, you're eating some nuts, you want some fruit, what do you want, a peach, a nectarine? You want some strawberries? What do you want? You name it, it's in your fridge. It probably came from California, but they don't want to give the farmers the water they need to grow this shit. So now they're going to sue Trump again and try to block him giving water to the farmers. Does that make sense? Now, I'm sure it's a little more complicated than I'm making it sound, but basically that's what it is. Trump wants to give more water to the farmers so they can grow more food. You explain it to me, because I don't get it. But I'll tell you what I'm about to get is in this damn rat race. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe, hit that notification bell, because every time it rings, a piece of shit liberal cries. Make sure you get your Jericho Green notification tone, just $1.29. Help me fight against them and stay independent. Fanatictones.com, link in the description box. Utilize the PayPal link and the Teespring link to get your green gear. And speaking of green gear, 10% off until Friday, February 21st. That's mañana. 10% off green gear, offer code MERCH. That's capital M, the number 3. See how they did it on you? See how they did it? Not an E. M, the number 3, RCH. 10% off green gear. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.